this is Mark from A. Brown ESQ LLC.
Yeah, and Adam Brown here. We're talking unpublished. We're talking, tax court memorandums, tax court opinions, one in particular that caught our eye.
So we're picking up where we left off in the last video. This is the Amundsen case. So here, this was a small business owner. He, on his tax return, reported $66,000 of gross receipts. But then he deducted $69,000 for cost of goods sold and hardly had any support to substantiate that deduction.
Yeah.
The IRS is going to want, when you report your taxes, they're going to want you to substantiate and cite tax regulations, any deductions that you have. Now here, in this case, the petitioner, he was taking deductions for expenses like travel expenses, meals and entertainment, but all that he provided was a diary that kind of logged the different activities that he was engaged in, but it didn't really lay out and provide in detail what expenses were for maybe this trip to this place or what dinner he was taking, the business purpose for those expenses. This ended up really becoming an issue at the end. Now, something really interesting that the court pointed out as well was that this small business owner, he was taking deductions for space that he was using in his home as quote unquote an office. But the court wanted him to provide detail and I guess you could say just extra support to substantiate that. And all that he provided was a map layout of his home, labeling this room as the conference room, another room as the accounting room. And the court was like, basically, what is this? Like you're not really providing any detail and proof that you're using this for actual work for your business.
Yeah, I think that could be really confusing to a lot of you out there, because at the end of the day, you might know, this is the office area. Your family knows we don't go by this area between 9 to 5. We don't run through this area.
Yeah.
Maybe you're on Zoom all the time in court like me sometimes. Who knows? But let's just talk about this case in the procedural history. How did we get to tax court in the first place? At some point in time, he didn't just wake up, get a notice, I'm going to court automatically. They give you time and chances, right?
Right.
And you're going through like examinations. And so what was the procedural, how did we get to this point, Mark?
Right.
Where you find yourself in tax court?
Well, it starts out with receiving what is called a notice of deficiency. In fact, the notice of deficiency is something that almost every small business owner dreads. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next video.